Everyone, my name's Maggie Cottrill. I'm Emerald as of last month, pushing hard for Diamond this month. Can you guys hear my husband in the background when he talks? Okay. I keep telling him to go somewhere else. He's on the phone. But so we are originally from Ohio. We now live in Kentucky. We have moved a lot in the past 5 years that we've been together. We have 3 little boys. We have a 2-year-old and 10-month-old twin boys. So we have a house full of boys and a ton of excuses for me to not work the business. I'll tell you that. I was 7 months pregnant with our oldest son, Carson. We were living in North Carolina at the time. When I started the business, it's been 2.5 years exactly this month because I joined in September. So 2.5 years. And, someone I used to work for when I was in Ohio kind of like brought this to me. She always had her hands in different things, but really big with health and wellness. And she was like, Maggie, you would be amazing at this. So I'm like, okay. Like, never had tried the product, didn't look too much into it. I'm just like, I trust you, like, whatever. She actually ended up quitting and going to Thrive like 2 months later and tried to get me to go with her. And I was like, I'm fine. Like, I hadn't like done a whole lot with the business because not to speak ill, she was just not very helpful. I had no idea what I was doing. And thankfully, Keisha reached out after she had quit and took me under her wing. And then from there, it just took off. So we were living in North Carolina, away from family and friends. It was just John and I and our dog. I really just wanted just a couple extra $100 a month just to more, fun money for us, save up for Carson, be able to go on those date nights before he came, and anything that we wanted to do. And I was at the time working at a little dog boutique. And when I say little, probably the room you're sitting in is the size of this dog boutique. It was so tiny. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. I love dogs. The people down there were really nice. So I had went back to work just a couple of days a week after Carson was 3 months. And then it was, I think, so that would have been like March. I think in May is when I decided I was done and wanted to stay home full time. And I was able to do that. So that was really exciting. It's just super exciting to me because that's, not what I always had thought of what I wanted to do. But after having kids, I'm like, there's nowhere else I'm going to be. Little did I know, twins were in the future, and God had this huge plan of making everything happen in their time. That way, when my twins come along, then I could stay home full time with them too, which is what I'm doing now. So it's just all a blessing. It just all fell into place. So we were still living in North Carolina when the twins were born. They're 10 months old now. It was in May. And thankfully, we had a lot of help from family. Family did come down and help. My mom stayed for I think 6 weeks before, and then after, a total of 6 weeks. So that was so helpful. But we decided to move closer back to home. So we're in Kentucky now. We're 20 minutes from Ohio, the border. And so it was probably after the boys were just a couple months old when we had moved here last year in June. I suffered really bad from postpartum depression. And I've heard people talk about it before and, sympathize with them, but I never knew what it was like. I had nothing like that when I had Carson after Carson. I know one of my sisters had gone through it, and I know there's just such a wide variety of postpartum. Mine was I had every reason to feel so much happy and feel so much joy, and I just felt empty. I felt empty and alone. Even being closer to family and friends, I just felt like it was just me. And it was really hard. I finally decided to take the step to go talk to someone, and that made me feel better. And so here we are a few months later, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling back to myself, and that was just a really tough time. And I wasn't working my business like I wanted to at the time. I was still doing things, but that was just like I said, I feel like I've had a lot of reasons not to work my business. I could use the boys as an excuse and, having my hands full of the time and chasing them around now. But this is just like, why have your reason be your excuse? So I've just pushed past that and pushed through. And here we are pushing for diamond this month, you guys. I'm only 803 volume away. So I am so excited. Nicole's on here. She's like 7 something for Emerald. And we're so excited. We're pushing hard. And we just know that when the 25th hits, all of our numbers going to be there. And we're just making it happen on the 25th so we can have a smooth sailing the rest of the 6 days. My birthday's at the end of the month on the 31st. I'm like, what better birthday gift for myself than a $10,000 bonus, right?
Oh my goodness. Can I just say amazing? Did you guys hear that? She said she's not waiting till the 31st of the month to promote. It's happening on the 25th. I love that.
Yeah.
Maggie, will you share with us? Did you still have more to say? Because I'm like, my mind is racing with questions.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I love it. You guys, so did you hear, even if you're not a mom on here or you can't necessarily like relate to like her personal story or situation, just the fact that she had all these reasons. I mean, 3 boys under the age of what? 3?
Yeah.
3 little ones under the age of 3. That is a full-time job and then some, if you ask me. So I would love to know, what was that turning point? What was just that moment or that, flip that was switched where you just decided? Because I hear so many times from, leaders and stories where they just have that moment when they decide, whether it's the moment when they decide to join or the moment in their business when they decide that they're worth it or that they're just going for it and doesn't matter what happened prior to that point. What was that moment for you?
Yeah, and it's really weird that I can remember exactly when it was. This conference was my first conference, and it was at conference. And this is going to sound so bizarre, you guys, but this is what did it for me. Because I had talked before, like, I'm going diamond, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But until this past, when I finally realized, like, I full on decided that I was going diamond and I was going to do whatever it took to make it happen. Now I look back and I was like, I was just fooling myself, basically. I am not that this might be a little too much for some people. I was still nursing the twins and / pumping at the time at conference, and I'm just now weaning them off. So I was that mom that's running around everywhere with her pump, like in between stuff. And we were meeting back at the Sarah and Katie's hotel for like, I can't remember what, maybe like just a lunch. I think it was a lunch. And I had asked Katie if I could go up to their room to pump. And she said yes. She took me up there. And Sarah ended up coming in, Sarah and I in there. And we were just talking, about breastfeeding and pumping and just started talking. And there was some cookies in there. She's like, there's snacks, cookies, whatever. She's like, I'm going to eat a cookie right now. And she's like, I shouldn't, but I'm going to. And you guys, that was like my light bulb. I'm like, if Sarah Rankin is just like us, she eats cookies too. Like this, I feel like, we think of these people and like where they're at and the stories that they went through. And we don't know them when they went through their tough times to get to where they're at. Maybe some do. But I'm just like, if she can do that, she's just like me. Why am I holding myself back from my full potential? Because I know that I can be just like her. I know I can be where she's at in the business. I know that one day I'm going to be working on my 3rd million. And that was just like the thing, like saying that she was going to eat a cookie. And I was just like, to me, that was just like my light bulb. And that probably sounds so crazy.
I love it though. I love it. You're so real.
Yeah.
Now tell us, Maggie, at conference, so your light bulb moment was at conference. That's what flipped the switch. What rank were you at when you went to conference?
Ruby.
You're Ruby.
I have
like just
been
barely Ruby or?
I was Ruby getting paid as executive. Okay. And I have been Ruby for last May. So I was I guess I got content, you know, with making that $200 to $300 where I wanted. And then I just decided I have 3 boys. I have 3 boys. Like, they're going to eat me out of the house, basically.
Oh, girl, they will. I have 2 that are 16 and 12. They will.
See, that's what I'm saying. I've already made jokes. Like, we'll be living out of a cardboard box because they're going to eat us out of our house. But we're going to have, you know, if they want to do things in the, like, whatever, when I want to just be able to say, that's your passion, you're doing it. Like, I played travel softball, and my mom was a single mom, and she made decent money. But if there was a time that I was playing travel ball and we didn't have enough money for her to go to, she would send me off with another family, one of my friends' family. So just like knowing that I just want to be able, whatever their passion is, I don't want to say no because we don't have the funds for it. I want to be able to say, go, dream bigger, do more. You know what I mean?
I so know what you mean. And just real quick, I wanted to share, and then we're going to get some tips from you. So for me, when I went diamond, I don't know if I've shared this with you, Maggie, or not, or if any of my team know this, but when I went diamond, it happened in pretty much the way that it's happening for you. Went to conference as a Ruby, promoted to Emerald that February, that month of conference, and then diamond the next month. So I think that's why I'm just like extra excited for you. I knew I had to have you on here and just share. And so will you go ahead? I know that my team is just chomping at the bit. Let's start with, because a lot of people, maybe they're charted for a promotion right now, Maggie, and it's just come down to needing that volume. I think that's the case a lot of times for a lot of us, or even if it's not, let's just start with maybe like your best loyal customer signing tips. Then we'll do a distributor tips, and then depending on how our time is, because I don't want to keep anyone from the other call, we'll jump off. But I think we definitely want to hear what is working for you, because this is quick to go Emerald and then diamond the very next month.
Yeah. So I'm sure that you guys, I feel like all the rage right now, host to post. Everyone, yes, I feel like everyone's like host to post. Last month I had 28 new loyal customers, and every single one of them came from host to post. So me too, Katie, loved host to post. They are my jam, and last month I was being unapologetically myself, and I was going back, you guys, for so long, months and months, on just, if you liked a picture or even if it was a person or a flower that I posted, if you liked it, you were getting a message. Like, that's how I was rolling. I was just, and some people would read it and not message me back. That's fine, moving on. You know, that's just one other person I need the message. But a lot of people were like, because I'm telling them, I'm sharing them, you were going to help me. People want to help you. People do. They want to be a part of your success, even though they maybe not be a loyal customer for you, but they might have their report, or you might end up getting 3 customers off their host to post, or having 10 new potentials, whatever it is. I love host to post right now.
Real quick, Maggie, for those wondering, what's the message that you're sending asking someone to put up a post for you?
Yeah, so if it's someone that I haven't been talking to, like I said, and I'm just kind of like, I don't want to call it a cold message because they're obviously on my Facebook and liking my stuff. So they know about me. They know who I am. I'm just telling them I am like, was just being like, I'm chasing down a $10,000 bonus. This is going to be huge for my family. We would love your help. Can you just throw up a post for me on your Facebook wall, tag me in it, and we're doing a giveaway right now, and you're going to be entered in this giveaway for XYZ. Does that sound okay? And everyone's like, sure, I'd love to help. And it's just, so just make it very simple. And even you guys, if you're not going after a promotion, I'm sure you've set a goal for yourself this month. Like a lot of our new girls, we're trying to set their goal is to get into the 500 club. So even if you're new and you are pushing for that 500 club, just message them like, hey, I've recently started my new business. I have a huge goal this month. I always make up just random numbers. 10 orders, you know what I mean? They don't have to know.
Yeah. And I
So
love, Maggie, that your message, it was short, it was simple, you were excited. I'm sure your message, you sound excited. And like you said, people want to help, and you didn't have to go into any more detail about like what, like, I feel like don't give people information that they're not asking. They probably, some maybe would ask you like, what kind of posts, right?
Yeah. Yes, 100% agree with you. And then
Good.
they're like, what's it going to be about? And then so I'll send them something. And I have like 5 or 6 that I like to use that are my favorites. And then I just alternate them.
That's perfect. I'm the same way. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll give them a choice. I'll say, awesome, would you like a post about my fat burning coffee or the cleanse, you know, and let them choose. Yeah. Do you find that host a post is a numbers game? Because I know that there's people out there saying, well, I've done it, nothing's coming from it. What would you say to that?
Yeah. So I looked back, and there's honestly, you guys, as much as I was getting from this last month, this month I've maybe done probably between 20 to 30 that I have so far this month out. I think it was closer to 60 last month, totaling. A lot of them, the only like on them is me. So I'm not sure like where my algorithm is. So I'll just go back, and even if no one else likes it, like, hey, I'm still looking for models, just hoping it's going to pop back up somewhere and someone's going to see it.
Or maybe drop another result picture in the comments. That's something that I'll do to get it to pop back up.
That's a good idea. I'm going to write that down real fast because that's a good idea.
Definitely. Yeah. And then
like to see results.
People like to see results. I personally don't like to put a result picture as the main part of the post I give them. And in fact, you guys, just a quick tip. I used to give the result pictures to the person posting and say, once you have the post up, put these results pictures in the comments. Now, instead, for me, I'll tell them, message me once you have it up. Even though they're tagging me, I'm going to get notified. I just want them to message me and say, yep, it's up. And I'll say, perfect. I'll go ahead and put some results pictures in the comments. And then I'll say to them also, feel free to tag any of your friends in the comments that you think might be interested, just to make sure they see it.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of the times I feel like they're like, well, what is this skinny coffee or fat burning coffee? I want to know more about it too. And I'm like, okay.
Yes, it's so true. I love it. And I have found too, what's kind of fun is I'll ask my existing loyal customers, number one, they're already trying some of the products. If there's someone who's done the cleanse, had great results, or they love the coffee, anytime you can get them to do a host post about a product that they're excited and passionate about. I've had some people start, they'll tag friends, or they'll comment and let their friends know that they're trying and using it also. It's like they're literally doing the work for me, and that's always the best.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
It is. I love that.
When you're having these conversations, we've got about 10 minutes left, you guys. What do you do if someone stops replying at any point in the message? Maybe it's after you give them the pricing. I just want to kind of answer these real life questions that people maybe are nervous to ask, but it's what happens to all of us, no matter what rank we are. Do you have any tips for that? And then maybe give us some tips on how you can create a sense of urgency and seal the deal. That would be amazing.
Yeah. So last month I was probably annoying. I can use that word for myself. I was following up, you guys, 2 to 3 times a week. And even a follow-up to me isn't even, hey, were you ready to order hair, skin, and nails? Hey, let's order your hair, skin, and nails. Just dropping in to see how they are. Or I like to go to their page if it's someone who was like, yes, I'm ready to order, and then, of course, drops off the face of the earth. Go back to their page and see what they're posting about. Maybe they got a new puppy, or maybe they got engaged, or maybe their sister just got married. And I'll ask them about whatever they're posting about, or comment, or like, I'm upset. I love dogs. So anytime someone posts about dogs, even if I haven't been talking to them or not, I'm always in their inbox talking to them about their dog, because I'm just building a relationship with them. So that's one easy way I feel like to get a conversation started back up. I've had to do that multiple times already this month. I had a lot of customers who are potentials that were going to order last month to help me out and ended up, of course, not answering me. So then this month I'm going to their Facebook and starting a conversation about something that they're posting about. And then what was the other question you asked?
So no, that's amazing. I love it because you know what? We don't want our potentials to think that all they are is a number to us.
Yeah.
Or a sale. Like that is key. You'll hear leaders say, you know, this is a relationship business. We're in the people business and, you know, truly caring about people and wanting to help them. The other question was just, how do you create that sense of urgency, or what's a tip maybe for sealing the deal? Like they are responding to you, and some people I think maybe freeze up and they think, okay, they want it and they're interested. And then sometimes we almost, what's the word? Don't deter them from ordering, but start maybe throwing out more information or asking other questions when really they could be ready right then and there. How do you go ahead and get that process going with, you know, getting them to order or walking them through ordering?
Yeah. So the way that I like to seal the deal is and I'm back and forth, you guys. It depends totally on the person and how our conversation is going. If I feel like if they've asked me 1,000 times for my link, I know that they're probably not going to want me to put their order in for them and that they're going to order through my link. So I have how I create urgency. Now, sometimes I like to do a little something like for anyone who orders today, maybe gets like a free sample of collagen or something, whatever I have extra of, just to create that urgency. Or I have this goal to hit. I know you were ready last week to order, and last time I talked to you, I'm getting an order right now. That way, that kind of lets them know, like, oh, she has time right now. She's putting another order. I want to get my order in. I'm going to go ahead and get it in. Or just saying, like, basically, not like saying a deadline, but kind of like that. Just like letting them know, like, now or kind of now or never, but it's not like that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think some people are afraid. Yeah, I think sometimes some people are nervous or afraid to tell you that they don't have the money. Like maybe that could be a reason people aren't replying. And so sometimes I'll say to them, you know, well, you just need to wait till payday. You know, you can always ask that. You can always say, sometimes I almost do the takeaway and I'll say, no worries. You know, like if my last message was like ready to get started. And then if they read it and don't reply, I might say, like, what is it? I'm trying to think. Something about, I can take you off my follow-up list. I'd hate to bug you. And I can even send you the wording to that, Maggie, if you want to share with your team, unless you've already got that, is do that takeaway. Say, I'd hate to bug you. And they're going to reply back. And they'll give you then the reason. They feel comfortable then to say why. Do you do that?
Yeah, send me that. That's a good one. I like that.
For sure. It takes the pressure off. You know, even though you're communicating through messaging, some people just don't want to say no. So Maggie, I know this is going quick. We've got about 5 minutes. Maybe we'll just keep this at loyal customer signing tips. Distributor signing tips can be a whole other Zoom because I like the direction that this is going. I'm trying to think, unless you have anything else, I can ask another question. Like other than host to post, are there other ways that you're gathering customers? Are you using Instagram? Are you doing in-home parties or doing blitzing, or mostly host to post?
It's mostly host to post right now. I do use Instagram. So I've had a couple I don't think I had any from Instagram last month. It was actually just all from Facebook host to post. But don't be afraid to ask people for referrals too. There's a lot of people that I've talked to that are like, you know, I do want to order, but now is not the right time. Where I was in North Carolina and I didn't have a lot of people around me. I ended up getting a few customers, and actually now that I'm in Kentucky, I have a girl back where I lived on my team, which is so fun to me. But just I've been doing online parties again. And if you guys haven't done it, it's not that hard. It's not that complicated. But that's a good way. If they're not ready to order, you can be like, if you, host this party for me online, so you get to sit in your jammies, have a glass of wine, whatever you want. There's no, like, people sometimes are like, I do not want to get dressed and go to a party today. It's online, it's comfort of their home. They can read it whenever they want. I've started 2 already for 2 of my new girls, and they're going so well already. I've had a lot of interaction on them. So that's an easy way, too, for, like, I want to order, but not right now. Ask if they'll do even just an online party for you, or do a host-to-post, or send you referrals, and make up a little sample bag or something that you'll send them in return for it. I feel like a lot of the times we overthink things, and it doesn't. I know I used to be like that. I used to overthink everything, and and sometimes I still do, but now just a little bit more experience under my belt. Just getting back to, like, the simplicity of things. So that's what I'm trying to get back to.
I love that. We aren't super consistent with it on our team. We definitely need to get more so, but online parties are amazing. And I find, like you said, they're really great to ask those people that have shown interest but not yet ordered, and our kind of messages like, hey, we're having this online health and fitness party. It's going to be so much fun, just from the comfort of your own home, and we'll do a few giveaways, and I'll just simply say, can I send you an invite? Okay, they know they're interested in the products. They heard the chance of winning a giveaway, plus they're going to hear about more products than just what you were specifically talking to them about, right? So that is so awesome. I'm glad you brought that up.
I do have one more tip before.
Please give it. Give us one more tip, and then I have one last question.
Perfect. So I know that TFX has been hot on the market, and I have been trying to work with something that off of the Zoom the other night with, it was Ashley Mayfield Zoom, where they gave all the tips on, like, upselling, and, like, my mind was blown after that.
Mine too. I had to rewatch it.
Oh my God. I was like, what is happening? But 30 DB orders are great. But when you start getting those, my last 2 customers had one for $120 and one for $85. And you guys, don't be afraid to, what blew my mind was, because I was always, and again, it depends on the person and how I'm biting with them, what I will say. But we are not here to ask them what their budget is. We're here to offer them what they need. And so with mine, I was just like, okay, so I think everyone needs greens. I don't care if you're trying to lose weight. I don't care if you want better skin. Everyone in the world needs greens. So I'm always suggesting greens, no matter what someone's getting, but always with weight loss. And I'm telling them why, just simply explaining it why. Okay, I'll try that too. And you don't be afraid to ask. That's what I'm getting to. Don't be afraid to. They're like, oh my God, they are going to order, and sometimes we get something that we don't want to offer more because then we're afraid that they're not going to order. You already got them locked in on losing 30 pounds in 90 days. Like, go just, because you're going to surprise yourself. Because almost always, the last 2 I know that I've done, they both ended up getting, instead of after one product, and they each ended up getting 3. So
I love that. You guys, that Zoom is amazing. If you're on my team and you're like, what Zoom are they talking about? Message me. I will send it to you. It is fire in a good way. And in fact, I took a tip from that Zoom. Maggie, I don't know if you remember the first gal who spoke, who says she just strictly does hair, skin, nails, host to post, but then she upsells. I was like, man, I haven't done a hair, skin, nails, host to post in a while. What do I have to lose? So I did one. Had a girl ready to order it, and you guys, I waited until I had all her information. I'm talking shipping address down to the credit card. Before I put it in, I said, oh my gosh, I use that wording like this. You just unlocked my entire store, which is basically half off. Do you have any other goals? And I listed a few things. She's like, well, yeah, like who doesn't want to lose weight? Turned into a hair, skin, nails, keto coffee, chocolate greens order.
Bam.
Yes. Okay. Leave us with one last thing, and then we're going to be done, you guys, because it's so just one of those things that I feel like should be talked about on every single Zoom, and my team knows how I feel about it. I want you to share your thoughts on personal development, just like a real quick tip, what it's done for you, and how you do it.
Yep. So every morning, and it probably sounds redundant, I start every morning with the same two videos. They just speak life into me. One is Abraham Hicks. I don't know if anyone listens to her, but she says 1,000 times, today's it's a good morning. It's a really good morning. So then all day I'm like repeating that in my head. She's amazing. And then Tony Robbins, Tony Robbins. But there's one video or one YouTube video that he has that everything he was saying to me just like spoke so much life into me. So as soon as I come downstairs, whoever wakes up first, getting their stuff, and then I have Abraham Hicks going, and I'm listening to her, and then the next one is Tony Robbins.
I love it. I love it.
My things are just YouTube videos. I don't have a whole lot of time to sit down and read. Now, I could listen to a book, but when I have other things going on, my mind, I would have to be ready to pay attention. So these are things that I can listen to, and if I'm listening to a new YouTube video, then I'm making sure that I'm either sitting here working, like focused on that, so I'm really taking in what they're saying. Otherwise, I'll just have like random stuff going in the background. But when people say you have to do it, you guys have to have right mind space and just positive. And I do my I ams every day. And I just thank God for everything that he has given me, and just speaking life into the universe, because good things always come from that. And that's truly last month, some things I'm just like, thanks universe, thanks God, because I know this was you, because there's no other way it could have happened. You know what I mean? So,
oh, I do. Like you attract what you're putting out there. You do. It's so true. One thing, and I'll just end on this, Maggie, I so appreciate you. I'm someone too who loves to listen to audibles, who loves to listen to the YouTube videos. If I'm doing a workout video, I'll turn the volume down on the workout video. I don't need to hear them telling me what to do. I can see it. Yeah. And I'll be listening to something. But when I do have that time to read, you guys, if you have not watched The Secret, you can watch it on Netflix. But from our library, I found this book when I took my daughter to get some books for her. It's The Secret. So it's the same author who wrote The Secret, but it's called The Power. And it's just so much about the law of attraction. So if you have not seen The Secret yet, you need to watch it. It will just change your life. It's kind of goofy, kind of hokey, but it is amazing. So Maggie, again, thank you so much. You guys, I am recording this. I will put it up on my YouTube channel as soon as possible, and I will get the link out to Maggie as well.
Thank you so much, Becky.
You're welcome. And you better let me know once you hit diamond, okay?
I will. Awesome. I promise.
Have a great night, everyone. If you can jump on Sarah Rankin's Zoom, I believe that's happening right now.
Bye, you guys. Thanks.
Yeah, bye-bye.